we've got official casting as the John Stewart version of Green Lantern has now been cast. Now, you guys know James Gunn has got his new DCU coming out. And we found out a long time ago that none other than Nathan Fillion is playing one of the Green Lanterns. He's playing the Guy Gardner Green Lantern. We're going to see him first pop up, at least I think we are, in Superman. I mean, I know he's in Superman. I just don't know, maybe he pops up in something else in a surprise way. But we're going to see him in there. Then, of course, we have the Green Lantern show coming out on HBO and Max. Now, they've already cast the Hal Jordan character, who is, of course, like the quintessential Green Lantern. He's going to be played by one of the great character actors right now in Hollywood. I love Kyle Chandler. Is going to be playing a more vet, right? Green Lantern. Well, now it is official. According to Variety, the star of Rebel Ridge, Aaron Pierre, has been cast as the John Stewart iteration of Green Lantern, who will be appearing in that Lanterns TV series. This comes to us from Variety, who writes the following. Aaron Pierre is officially joining the Green Lantern series at HBO, Variety has learned. Pierre will star as John Stewart in the series, which is titled Lanterns. It was previously reported that Kyle Chandler was in talks for the role of Hal Jordan. According to sources, a number of actors were considered for the role of Stewart, including Stephen James and Damson Idris. The show, produced by HBO in association with Warner Brothers Television and DC Studios, is based on DC's Green Lantern comics. They then say this, per the official logline, the series follows new recruit John Stewart and Lantern legend Hal Jordan, two intergalactic cops drawn into a dark, Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland.
Ooh.
Which has always sounded like True Detective.
I was going to say, it's a little true, yeah.
Yeah, True Detective meets the DC universe, right? And you know what? I'm totally down for that.
Hell yeah.
Get them drawn into like a psycho murder mystery kind of thing. I think that could be really cool. Now, obviously, we're going to get intergalactic stuff with them at some point, sure.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the idea of starting here. I also love the idea. Like, we talked about this when they were talking to Josh Brolin. It came out that Josh Brolin was also in talks for Hal Jordan. I said, well, clearly they're looking at an older veteran Hal Jordan. I love that. I think that's going to work great. And so then when it didn't work out with Josh Brolin, they moved on to Kyle Chandler. And Chandler's going to rock at this. He's going to be so good as Hal Jordan.
He's excellent. He's so nice.
And listen, I watched Rebel Ridge. I think it was good. I didn't think it was great.
It gets bogged down by the political conspiracy kind of aspect
And
of it.
kind of a weak conspiracy, too.
Yeah.
But
The action's great.
the action is really good. And Aaron Pierre totally sells me on
He's
it.
excellent.
He
in it.
totally sells me on it. And when you just look at this guy, you know what it looks like to me? Can you bring up this image of him for a second again, Jonathan? It looks to me, if you went to somebody who was on an AI program and said, give me a realistic render of what a John Stewart in real life might look like, I think this is the picture that comes out. He just kind of looks like John Stewart.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's good for the
He's
role,
just
but
built
I mean,
into it.
he looks great. I think he's going to be able to carry that. I mean, he has such a commanding presence in Rebel Ridge. And by the way, he's done about 50 other things. It's not like he's only done Rebel
Right.
Ridge.
It's not like it's.
I mean, it's a pretty small resume, actually. But a lot of people who are really into DC might remember him from Krypton. Mm-hmm. He was
I
excellent.
know. I heard some people going, a Kryptonian as a Green
Yeah.
Lantern? Bah! You know?
I love
but
it.
I think this is great. I think him and Kyle Chandler are going to do great on this together. And I really cannot wait to see Kyle Chandler, Aaron Pierre, and Nathan Fillion all together
Yeah.
on screen. Because there's been no official word. I would be shocked if Guy Gardner does not at least make a cameo appearance in the show. Anyway, Chris, you heard about this casting. Do you like the casting? How do you think about it? What are your thoughts? Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Life 360 Tile Trackers. So when I go out, I often bring my little backpack satchel. It's small and just big enough to hold my iPad, a backup battery, my wallet, and a few other things. Anyway, last year at a poker tournament, I thought I lost it. I freaked out for over an hour until I finally realized I had left it in the car. I wish that I had Life 360 Tile Trackers back then. And that's why you need Life 360's Tile Trackers. It's perfect for keeping track of all the important stuff that always seems to go missing. Keys, wallets, backpacks, you name it. If something's nearby, nearby, just ring your tile through the app, and if it's far away, you can track it on the map. Super simple. I've even got an electric bike that I keep in my backyard that would be pretty expensive to replace, so I slapped a tile tracker on that too. Instant peace of mind. And here's another thing I love. Unlike some other trackers, Tile won't alert thieves with notifications. It's great for families because it's not just about tracking stuff, it's about that peace of mind. So if you're ready to family-proof your family, head to tile.com and use the code Campea to get 15% off your Tile trackers today. That's tile.com, code Campea.
I love this casting. I think he's great. And I think between him and Corn Sweat and everything too, we're kind of taking almost the Thor approach of, hey, let's find some great actors who aren't household names and pop them into these big franchises and have fun with it. He's an excellent, excellent actor, and I missed that from like a lot of these superhero movies too, of just getting fresh blood in here. I love Kyle Chandler. He's an incredible journeyman actor. He's so wonderful. Fun fact, he was always so nice on Friday Night Lights. That was my first acting job ever, was doing stand-in work and being a high schooler on that show to earn beer money in college.
I had no idea you did spots on that.
Yeah. I was a regular background kid on there while I was in college, and he was always so nice to all of us. He was always so sweet, would take time to talk to everybody, and he was just an absolute angel. So putting this kind of wonderful veteran actor with this hot young actor is really exciting, and I love the dynamic that could potentially happen here. And I'm just really excited about it. He looks so much like John Stewart. I mean, he just looks like him so much, particularly if you watch Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, the animated series. He looks so much like that drawing. It's banana.
He's
great.
got his eyes too.
Yeah.
He's totally got his eyes.
His eyes are so striking. Oh my goodness.
Now, look, I've already heard from some people some disappointment that it's not going to be a, for lack of a better term, a grander scale kind of Green Lantern thing, like with maybe some galactic implications, whatever, that it's going to be essentially a murder mystery in the American heartland. That, for me, fascinates me. What do you think about that decision to kind of reel it in like that?
I think it's a smart choice before we extend out to all the rest of the Lantern Corps, because the whole purpose is each planet is supposed to have a lantern. Right? There is a protector of a sector of the universe.
Doesn't Earth have 5?
We have so many.
Because you got John Stewart, you got Hal Jordan, you got Guy Gardner, you got Kyle Rayner. I forget that there's a female one too that got introduced. I forget her name.
There's a couple of female.
I mean, so why does Earth get so many Green Lanterns?
Humans are very important.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're a bit of a shit show. I think. I mean,
we need it the most.
In almost every sci-fi story where Earth exists, it's always, oh, your planet is so primitive and terrible.
Although in Marvel, they kind of like alluded to it when they would get into the galactic scale stuff, that Earth was like in a pivotal spot of like the universe, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's where you want
things
to put
hung
like
in balance with that solar system and
Sure,
everything.
yeah,
So
But
that's
also,
why humans are more important in the comics.
that makes
So
sense.
what do you
But
think
people are
about these
trash.
guys with these magic rings solving a murder?
I love it. I love a
I do
murder
think
show.
it's a take on it, though. I don't think we want to just say like, oh, this is just some child abducting lunatic or something. Like,
Sure.
there's going to be something to it that a person with a magic ring has to deal with.
Yeah,
right?
there's going to be some kind of intergalactic aspect to the murder.
Sure.
A Men in Black situation.
Yeah.
And then, maybe a little post-credit, the last episode, introducing maybe a villainous yellow-looking character. I mean, I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Maybe.
Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this casting? I think it's great. I mean, look, I don't think this is the only guy who could have done it. I think there's a good list of 10 to 12 names that I think would have been great, but his is definitely one of them. I think he's going to do a wonderful job. Can't wait to see him and Kyle Chandler do this thing. Still no real word on when we can completely expect this show, but I'm excited about it now. And if they got their casting locked, I'm going to assume probably within the next couple of months they're going to go into production. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.